Jiadi Liu, partner from JunHe LLP. I practice in media and entertainment law and copyright law a lot, and mainly focus on compliance and dispute resolution cases. Today, I would like to give you an introduction on digital marketing and advertisement compliance in China. In China, the meaning of advertisement has a very broad scope. Any contents that directly or indirectly introduce goods or services marketed by the relevant commodity dealer or service provider to the public could be deemed as an advertisement, no matter in what kind of forms or at which places such contents are to be published. Advertisement can be performed or practiced or discussed in a wide range of formats, such as print ads, video ads, and digital ads, amongst which I would like to spotlight the digital ads. You might have already noticed that traditional ads like print ads, TV ads, and outdoor ads are usually distributed via traditional media. Such ads can be generally shown or be seen on outdoor advertising board, in the elevator, on the light box at the bus stop, product menus, television marketing, road show, and so on. Nowadays, in parallel with the development of interactive and social platforms such as Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and in China, such counterparts as WeChat, Microblog, Redbook, Douyin, and Kuaishou. Digital ads have been magnificently used by brands with their cooperation with key opinion leaders, also known as KOLs, who have considerable followers on the social platform. The way they introduce the commodities or services is to share their self-using experience with their followers, which are convincing and trustworthy to their followers. Digital ads presented in such form would have a high conversion rate. That's why commodity sellers in China love KOLs. To my knowledge, many international brands use KOLs a lot, and a bunch of fashion, cosmetics, and garment brands do have very high budgets each year for engaging KOLs to promote their goods or services. Most of the KOLs are supported by professional companies, which will be responsible for generating taxes and contents for their supporting KOLs. It is worth mentioning that in the age of Web3, it is feasible to collect and analyze data such as the search, browsing, clicking, purchase, and sharing story of a potential customer, and to form what we call the user portrait. It helps the market player accurately understand the needs and preferences of its potential customers and make marketing activities more centralized and more efficient, so that brands can be displayed to their targeted users fully and effectively. By using user portrait technique, digital ads could be easily distributed to and be seen by the potential customers who show more interests in the relevant commodities or services, as a result of which the commodities are easier to be sold and services to be provided. Under these circumstances, Chinese government has imposed strict compliance requirements to commodity sellers and the related parties that involve seeing ads. There are 4 market players who might be involved in the process of advertising. Firstly, an advertiser who designs, produces, and publishes advertisements or authorizes any other person to do so for the purpose of marketing its goods or services. Secondly, an advertising agent who is entrusted to provide advertisement design, production, and agency services. Thirdly, an advertisement publisher who publishes advertisements for an advertiser or an advertising agent authorized by the advertiser. In digital words, advertisement publisher could be any platform or anybody who publishes ads. And lastly, an endorser, who could be a natural person, usually a celebrity in Chinese market, a legal person, or any other organization other than the advertiser, that recommends or certifies goods or services in an advertisement in its own name or image. All of the aforementioned four parties have to follow the PRC advertisement law. Under the PRC advertisement law, ads are required to be identifiable. An advertisement must be identified as an ad so that the potential customers could know that it is an advertisement. There are some prohibition rules that the market players must be aware of. First of all, national, highest, best, or similar comparative words are prohibited. Secondly, for certain commodities and services, ads are prohibited. Such certain commodities and services may include narcotic drugs, toxic drugs for medical use, radioactive drugs, and other special drugs, and drugs, medical instruments, and treatment methods for drug rehabilitation treatment. False advertisement is another concept that the market players must pay attention to. Typical false advertisement includes advertising goods or services that do not exist, providing information or making promises for goods or services inconsistent with the actual circumstances to materially impact on the purchases, citing scientific research results, statistical data, investigation results, excerpt, quotation, or other information that is fabricated, forged, or unable to be validated, or fabricating or exaggerating the results using the goods or receiving the service. All customers are otherwise defrauding by any false or misleading content. In the case of false advertisement, high penalties could possibly be imposed upon the advertiser, the advertising agent, or the advertising publisher, especially for false advertisement on commodities and services that concern customers' life and health, such as food, beverages, dietary supplements. The advertiser shall assume total liabilities, whilst the advertising agent, advertising publisher, and the endorser shall also assume joint and several liabilities. For false advertisement on other types of commodities and services, the advertising agent, advertising publisher, and the endorser only assumes joint and several liabilities if they know or should have known that the relevant advertisement is false. When choosing their endorsers, the commodities sellers or service providers may also need to keep the following rules in mind. First, not every person could be legally qualified as an endorser. A minor under the age of 10 is not qualified, and a person who has been imposed on an administrative penalty for false advertisement within 3 years shall not serve as an endorser either. Second, not every kind of goods are allowed to engage endorser. No endorsers can be engaged for pharmaceuticals, medical devices, health food, and formulated food for special medical use. Last but not least, endorser shall not recommend or certify any good that has not been used or services that has not been received by the endorser. It should be noted that, according to a new regulation published by the government last year, the obligation of self-use has been strictly defined as daily use. The above is just a basic introduction of PRC advertisement law. By rendering services to many multinational companies who do business in China, our firm has been practicing a lot in advertisement law and has rich experience in this field. Our services can be rendered in various ways. For example, we advise on all kinds of legal issues that related to advertisement law. Second, we help our customers review the contents of an advertisement to ensure that they are consistent with the compliance requirement. Third, we help our customers review and negotiate their contracts with the counterparties, such as the endorser or the advertisement agency, or vice versa. Last, we also represent our customers in all kinds of legal proceedings, including both administrative proceedings and civil proceedings. Thanks for watching this. If you have any questions, please feel free to contact me.